Okay, everybody, this Deb Chanel's 48's Word coming right back to you. Sorry I lied to you and didn't get that Wednesday episode out, but I'm doing it now. And wait and see if you'll get the one that aired today, which is the 22nd. But you will, because I got some rest. Anyway, hope you all are doing well, but let's get right on into the story. We have Queen is getting ready for Christmas with Papa Bear. Then we have a situation where uh, what's her name, y'all? Excuse me for having a blank. I'm talking about Maya, but Two Faced it. There we go. Two Faced it was on the scene today with baby Lizzie. She was so cute. She got so big, y'all. And they're visiting um Ricky Rick over at Forest Creations and stuff. And she's thinking about taking her back down to the nursery so she can do some work that she came into the office to do, which I'm still not sure what she do other than modeling, but go figure. All right, then we have Logan's Run. House is beautiful, y'all. She did some very beautiful trimmings with Christmas. I'm like, ah. I was like, ooh, her house need to be in Vogue magazine or what is another magazine they focus that on? Sean, you know what magazine I'm talking about? Oh, I forget. It could be any home interior magazine. It was just that gorgeous. Whoa. Anyway, then we go to in that same situation we have Sharpshooter, which is Rusty Dusty's son, RJ. We got Rusty Dusty. They're sharing a moment together, talking about Christmas, and Sharpshooter trying to say, okay, Dad, what are you getting Mom for Christmas? Okay, you know she needs something special, this, that, and the third. He really didn't drop no hints like get her a wedding ring or this, that, and the third, but he wanted her to get her something extra special. He's like, I know what I'm doing, boy. But anyway, we leave that situation. We go to Take Charge Nicole. She comes in and she sees Ricky Rick and Two Faced Maya together with baby girl Lizzie. And it's just like a homey downtown scene, you know what I'm saying? And she looking at it like, that's my baby, that's my baby. And I know it's going to be something coming up in the new year with her and um, Maya trying to do some they're gonna I just see the writers gonna put something in there on them. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't no way they're gonna let that not play up. Cause I saw what they were doing. So it's gonna be some sister rivalry up in that camp. And it ain't gonna be between Lucy Goosey and Take Charge. It's gonna be with Two Face to go get her, Maya, and Take Charge Nicole. That's gonna be some interesting battling time. Okay? At least that's what I'm hoping. Uh the writers write that little story plot in. But anyway, she wants to spend some little cozy time shopping with baby girl Lizzie and Two Faced go get a Maya was like, okay, yeah, we could do that. That's a nice idea. But I really need to put her down for a nap. So she kind of like, talk here and there still. They're talking about what they're gonna do for Christmas and Ricky Rick talking about he just want a special Christmas just between his daughter Liz and his wife, Two Faced. Go get her. And I was like, hell, y'all ain't got no house. Where you gonna spend the time at in a motel or something or some beach resort? Are you kidding me? You that instead of you, I don't know what you're doing trying to claim your rights to the fortune, the company's family fortune, but you need to be getting out your mama house, even though it's a nice dig and all that. But you need to get your own crib, Rick, you need to get your own crib and then have your own first with here. But you know Christmas is so special for Papa Bear. You know you need to be over there. Talk about having your own little Christmas. Where it gonna be the big ass house, your servants and wife and little girl, that's gonna be quite boring because you're gonna bore the hell out of them in 20 minutes. Okay? So go on over there to your grandfather's house and eat, be merry, and mingle. That's all what it's about. Family mingling amongst one another. And keep that tradition going until Papa Bear dies or they write him out. Then somebody else take it over. And I'm pretty sure it'll probably be Rusty Dusty and not Lucy Goosey, but Logan's Run. But that's neither here nor there. We go on still with that situation. They're still talking amongst themselves, and then we have T Dot show up on the scene, trying to slide his behind in, trying to get a catch of a conversation that's not including him because he could have just kept moving. He sure could have just kept moving, y'all. But anyway, Two-Face did go on and execute her move out the scene and talking about she's going to take baby Liz back to the company's nursery. And then Two-Face, I'm not Two-Face, but Go Get a Rick, or not Go Get a Rick. God allow you. See, I'm kind of getting confused here, but it is what it is. Stay with me, y'all know where I'm going with it. Um, Rick just sitting there talking, and he seemed like they want some time together, so he breezed his way out, and then that's when the two are together pretty much, and they're just talking about here and there and everywhere. But we leave that situation. Um, But before they really dispersed, Rick just go on and tell T Dot why he's in there. They were just talking about their Christmas plans and this, that, and the third. So then, it is what it is. So we're gonna move from there. We go back to Papa Bear and Black Cat. They're talking about extending an invitation to the family for Christmas dinner, like it's always have been from day one. They don't care wherever they got to come from, wherever they situated in the world. They know around Christmas time you must make it back to California and come spend the holidays, Christmas at least, with Papa Bear and Stephanie when she was there. But of course, everybody's kind of upset still about him marrying Black Cat and this, that, and the third, and they had a big to do, and know, what is her name? Black Widow had executed the Thanksgiving dinner. So he's hoping, meaning Papa Bear, that Black Widow can do the same for Christmas dinner as well. Kind of seems like it's not going to happen, but I believe it's going to happen because I see some little snapshots here and there. So don't be dismayed. It's going to fall into place. Okay? But anyway, he gonna sit out the invitations. He hope they'll well receive it and be at his Christmas table on Christmas Day. Then we have sharpshooters asking Rusty Dusty, "What do you have, Mom, for a Christmas present?" And then, they go on mix and mingle and this, that, and that. And then Logan's Run come on down the steps to see what her two favorite men are conversing about. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to get into Kool-Aid. Don't even know what the flavor is. But anyway, we move on. Then we go back to Sharpshooter. He tells his mama, he told him he should be getting you something special, very special and spectacular. And of course, Locust One says this year was supposed to only be about bringing us all together and we loving on one another. I don't know what orbit or planet she's on, but when Christmas time come around in this household, we looking for gifts. Okay, they they can be homemade gifts, they can be dollar store tree gifts, they can be exquisite money type of gifts, whatever. And then the food comes next and then the conversation. But it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? In our household, the Johnson's household, we really go for conversation, good food, and lots of hugs and kisses, pretty much. And then the presents come last. But like I said, you get a pair of socks, we straight. As long as they the good kind of pair of socks, the ones that with good material, and they had on five toes in there. That's what we talking about. Okay, underwear is good too. It gets the gift that keeps on giving, and of course, your outfits that you wear around the house, lingerie. Not skipping cute kind you have with your man. I'm talking the ones that you be like, ooh, it's cold outside, but I feel warm inside with my little, coffee top, my little kind of sweat like material pants. I know what I'm talking about. The creature conference, okay? So that's what we get on into in the Johnson household. But anyway, move on from there because Logan's Run is full of shit when it comes to, oh, we just need love and each other. No, that may be to a certain degree. But I'm saying, I'm wrapping a glove set. What have we got, Sean? Underwear. You got anything to say? It's your time. Okay, she's trying to be quiet right now. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so we move from that situation. We go to Ricky Rick, Two Faced, and T Dot. And we can't forget take charge to Cole. They're all in the same room, being very peaceful with one another, which is a change of pace from what we used to be seeing of them. And they're discussing Christmas plans, and Ricky Rick, and Two Faced. They're not participating in the Christmas holiday with Ricky Rick's dad, only because they try to get this new tradition on their own. But like I said, they both full of shit because they don't even have a house of their own. And they're gonna be over there with what's the name? Rusty Dusty and Logan's Run. The sharpshooter gonna be there, so it's gonna still be a mixture of people mingling. Now that's a sad situation to just have Papa Bear over there with Black Cat, aka Mama Bear, and then that's going on. Of course, Spencer Man gonna be there, but three is three just don't mix. It need to be somebody else over there. That's why I said it's gonna be more to come. That's in favor of Papa Bear. They just got to get out their selfish ways and see it's not about them. See the big picture. He ain't gonna be here long because we usually that's our order of training of thought. Old people die out, new people replace them. But we already know in the reality, no, young people can go just as quick as old people now, or seasoned people as I like to call myself. Anyway, moving on from that, that's just a bit of advice. We got Take Charge Nicole and T Dot. They making eye contact with one another. So, I don't even want to go into that because I don't see it for neither one of them in no relationship. So we move on past that. We go to Papa Bear. He's still talking about old Christmas past with the family, da 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 da, his kids making ornaments, the eggnog that he spike and make everybody drunk. You know what I'm saying? But it's his own concoction, and you got to get a sip or two of it, or you'll hurt his feelings. Anyway, he don't want to be partaking of it, so let him get drunk. We put him in bed, and it's a show. It's over. Okay, but he's also showing Black Cat, aka Mother Bear. He's showing off his kids' Christmas ornaments and anybody ornaments that was part of the family at the time, and they had one to go on the tree. He's making a family tree. I like that tradition. I'm gonna have to do that with me and my daughter one year. We put all our favorite stuff on there. And I just like that idea. Just thought of making it more special and put your own stamp on it, where you have continued memories and stuff. So he was just showing Mama Bear, aka Black Cat. I think I'll keep her Mama Bear until it's a scene with her and Rusty Dusty. Then I call her Black Cat. Okay, but we're moving on. Uh, Papa Bear showing how all the different ornaments his kids made throughout the years and, their first ornaments. And it was kind of touching, but it kind of like X her out because it had memories with Stephanie, So she tried to make her own. So it was just like introduce her to the old, but they need to make their new tradition. So, it was okay. That scene was okay. So we moved to commercial. We come back. We have Mama Bear. She's over there asking Papa Bear, is it a certain way I should have these ornaments hanging? I should hang these stockings because they're not hanging on the decorations. It seems like it's a pretty big deal in this household. So I don't want to take nothing away, and I don't want to add nothing. I want it to be the same so they'll have some familiarity when they come over. They don't be thinking I changed this and I changed that. He said, honey, forget that shit. Put it out however you want it. It's our house now. As long as we got that shit up there, it is what it is. It ain't no order selection or anything. It'll be fine. But he is asking to himself, and he's just talking out loudly, but he expressed it to Mama Bear. He is kind of wondering why nobody done made some plans about who's going to show up and how many seats we need to sit out. So he is kind of worrying about that. So there we go for that situation. We're at back at the Force Creations when we got Rick and Rick, T Dot, uh, Take Charge the Code, and what did that child name? I ain't seen her so long. That's why I can't call her name. We just go with my hair. That's what the writers gave her. Two Faces. There we go. Two Faces. All of them sitting there talking about their traditions and this, that, and the third. And Take Charge of Cole is telling her, yeah, you remember how Mama used to cook these cookies, and we always had to have them cookies, and she didn't have. We used to cut up because y'all used to make them, and they just go on telling all their little traditions and sort of stuff. That was cute. We're gonna move on for that scene. Then we have Papa Bear. He's calling Rick see, he to see what his plan's all about. Then Rick answers his phone and said, oh, yeah, I was meaning to get a hold of you to tell you, hey, we're going to do our Christmas separate this year. Ain't got nothing to do with you and Mama Bear, a.k.a. Black Cat. We just want to have our first thing with Liz. Now, to me, that was just a poor piss attitude he had. He already missed out on his father's wedding, and he tried to benefit. That's why he ain't got no position. That's why Papa Bear didn't get no position. But anyway, Papa Bell said he understood. He was heartbroken though, but it kind of gave him the scene of how things are going to play out for the rest of the family. But like I said, Rick did his reassuring that it had nothing to do with the past and him upsetting the Queen, this, that, and that. He just want to make some special moments. So His father knew about it. He understands it. So we move on from that situation. We go back to sharpshooter. He's wondering why they not going to see their grandfather, Papa Bear this year. And Russell just talking about, well, Papa Bear ain't really thinking too good of me these days. And I don't know if he's really expecting me to show up anyway. Then we got Logan Ron tells Russell Dusty she's always had to um but she always has her gift for Christmas anyway. And that's her two favorite men, them getting back together as a family. La da dee, la da da. We know Logan's Ron full of shit. We just don't want to even deal with her. But it was a nice thing for her to say that for their enjoyment and pleasure. But for me being a viewer, I know she's just full of shit. Okay. Uh we go to commercial, we come back. We have T Dot. He is making a last ditch plea for Nicole to take him back. She looking at him like, boy, we don't went through this situation before. Keep it moving. But anyway, he goes on to tell her he didn't want to call her no more grief for this, that, and that, especially for the holidays, that he's going to go and be with his mother and father for the holidays, wherever that is. I don't know, because they don't really talk about them anyway. Well, who cares? Well, everybody give a shit about T Dot. Okay, he can go to the shelter and be doing some good charity work down there because we wouldn't miss him. We ain't miss him in this time here. They just brought him back for effects. But anyway, moving on from there, we go to Papa Bear. He's talking to Mama Bear about Ricky Rick and what his decision to celebrate properly, the celebration of Christmas at his home. But Rick ain't got no home. You know what I'm saying? So that's just piss poor planning of Ricky Rick and that crap coming out of his mouth, upsetting his daddy like that. But again, Papa Bear takes the higher road. He said he understands, but like I said, that's not what Papa Bear was expecting to hear from his last son. Woo! Anyway, for his youngest son, and that is his youngest son. Yeah, that's his youngest son. Okay, but he kind of understands that he want to do his own thing. He was once there at one time, and it is what it is. But Papa Bear go on and tell Mama Bear he wanted to see Lizzie though. He wanted to see his granddaughter put her first Christmas ornament on that tree. So I don't know. It's just one of them traditions that keep on giving. But like I said, I did see some pictures in the archives that they put out that I use in videos and this, that, and the third. It seems like they're going to have a good, what do you call it, Christmas setting because I saw everybody over at Papa Bear's house by the piano and he was getting down on that piano, okay? But moving forward, we have Mama Bear says, well, Papa Bear, we still got Spencer Man. Why I gonna be him, brother? He live him. That ain't no consolation, Mama Bear. Hell. But anyway, it's better than nothing. Three's well, it says two is good, three is a crowd, but I don't know. He doesn't well, Rick ain't the youngest one. He adopted Wyatt. So Wyatt's gonna be there. And hopefully Black Widow be there too. Minus Bozo the Clown. But we know he coming because he's just like a circus. Okay. He got to put his spin on it. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. What's the name? Make him an ornament. Wyatt, Swiss man, and they'll keep it moving. We go back to Rusty Dusty. Rusty Dusty has his time, his moment alone with Logan's Run. He brings her this big old gold box. And I don't know why I was thinking, man, it's gonna be a box inside of a box inside of a box until they get down to the box that he want to give her, which is the ring box. And sure enough, the writers played it right. I'm like, y'all are coming to be so predictive, okay? So anyway, that's pretty much what happens. If they get finished teasing one another, whatnot, he gonna give her this box. He telling her something about they've always had passion, always been inspiring one another, always supporting one another. They have a child together. And that's what they're giving each other. And he just want to give her a little something else. Then Brooke go on and try to open up the boxes and stuff. Till she finally found that ring that happens to be Stephen Forrester's ring that Rich was trying to give her on the beach, but she wouldn't take because she had dollar bill ring on and whatnot. Oh no, that one. I was going back. No, that wasn't the scene. That was the scene when they was on the no at the grave. Yeah, he went on and popped that ring out. I'm like, boy, if you don't pop that ring back in that thing and die in the scene, you better graveyard trying to get somebody a ring. Ah, that was a piss poor, what do you call it, proposal as well. But anyway, that's where it was. And then she sees Ray, she start crying, I tell you, that woman knows she can cry at the drop of a hat. But then it could have been Visine, they just edited it for our purposes. But anyway, Russell just gone and ask her why she doing all this ridiculous crying. Because she done been married to the man I don't know how many times. He's just getting older. He ain't getting nothing new about himself. He's just getting older and worse at it too. But anyway, he goes on to ask her. He sits on his bisty butt, not on his knees, y'all. He's sitting on his butt. How will you marry me? And she said up there, yes, 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 yes. I'm like, bring the violins in because that's what kind of situation it was. But anyway, she goes on to give her big fat kisses and this, that, and the third. And of course, she says yes. But I'm like, it is what it is. But that's what he does. He recycle women just like he recycle rings. So that's what it is. But I'm like, hey, he got a secret. So they still might not be going to the altar and getting married. Because that's what he really wanted to do. He should have been already at the courthouse with her behind. They could have been celebrating as husband and wife this particular Christmas. Okay, for 2016. But he did. But sure enough, as the sun shines and the sun sets, that secret is going to come out that he saw black cats naked. Okay. Either her son Ricky Rick gonna come up in the conversation or Black Cat gonna break it out. Cause she gonna be spiking, her fang, her what you call her paws. Because something ain't gonna happen right with her. The cat is gonna come out the bag, in other words. So we're gonna see what that happens, whether they get married or not. But I'm so hoping Dollar Bill don't take her behind back. But y'all, that was the episode that aired on Wednesday, the 21st. I'm going to move on to the 22nd once I look at it, and we're going to keep it real. Okay? So we can both get down and see that episode that's coming on for Friday. We know it's going to be like Peace on Earth. They're going to be celebrating Christmas dinner and all that good deal. Because, let me see. Christmas is Sunday, so they have to celebrate it tomorrow if they're going to do anything. All right, peace and blessings. Watch out for the next one because it's coming. Bye-bye.